Hello, everyone. Today, we're going back to the 17th century, to a time when a small, beautiful flower brought the economy of one of the world's richest countries to its knees. This story might sound like something out of a historical movie or even a legend, but it's completely true, and it's called Tulip Mania. It all started when the tulip flower was brought from the Ottoman Empire, what we now call Turkey, to Europe. At that time, the Netherlands was one of the world's leading economic powers thanks to its maritime trade and colonies. People were getting wealthier, the middle class was expanding, and everyone was seeking rare and luxurious goods. With their vibrant colors and unique patterns, especially the rare, streaked varieties, tulips quickly became a symbol of wealth and social status. Owning a pot of rare tulips meant you were among the very top of society. At first, tulips were bought only by nobles and the wealthy. But gradually, they became more widespread. Merchants, farmers, and even ordinary people started buying and selling tulip bulbs, not to plant and enjoy them, but as an investment. Prices soared to absurd levels. Some rare varieties sold for as much as a large house. Just imagine, buying a single flower for the price of a house or a luxury car. The tulip trade became so intense that an informal stock market was created for it. People even signed contracts to buy tulips that hadn't been planted yet. In other words, you'd pay today for a tulip you'd receive months later, hoping that by then, its price would have skyrocketed. This behavior pushed prices even higher. Every day people talked about the big profits, and no one thought the bubble would ever burst. But in February 1637, something unexpected happened. One tulip auction suddenly attracted very few buyers. The news spread like wildfire across the market. Buyers disappeared, sellers flooded the market, and everyone realized that prices were crashing. Within weeks, the value of some tulips dropped to 1/10, or even 1/20th, of their previous price. Imagine someone who had spent their entire fortune on tulip bulbs, now discovering they couldn't even sell them for enough to buy a decent meal. So what happened next? Mass bankruptcies, enormous debts, and the total collapse of people's savings, all of which caused chaos in the market. The Netherlands entered one of the first major economic crises in history, and this event became known as the first recorded economic bubble. Interestingly, some rare tulip varieties are still valuable today, but they have never again reached those legendary prices. The story of Tulip Mania teaches us an important lesson. Whenever the price of something rises rapidly and without reason, it's probably an economic bubble, and sooner or later, that bubble will burst. So, the next time you hear people talking about a risk-free investment, remember the story of the Dutch tulips.